Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am super excited about this cooking video today. One, because I am trying a new recipe that I haven't done before. I think it's going to be amazing. But also, I will be featuring in this video a side dish using a recipe submitted by one of my subs. Yes, you will be seeing in future videos, I will be working on recipes that you guys sent me during last year's Christmas card exchange. And yeah, so I am super excited about that. Today in this video, I will be using as a side dish Susan Lamoureux's recipe for bean salad. I do have to make a little tweak as I don't have wax beans, so I will be making a substitute. But everything else, I am going to be following her recipe. And yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Now, I will be making pork tips. I had figured I would probably do them the way you would do spare ribs. However, I found a really good crock pot recipe that I'm going to be showing you guys in a moment. And it can be actually put over rice or potatoes. But I am going to be using my organic pasta, which was from my very first food pantry haul down here in South Carolina. I'm also going to be using some of my dried mushrooms as well. They were also in my first food pantry haul. So yeah, this is going to be a really fun video. Oh yes, and there will be dessert. Let me show you in a moment what I will be making for dessert. I will be making some Betty Crocker No Bake Bites cookie dough chocolate brownie with chocolatey drizzle. So sit back, guys, and get ready to get hungry. Let's get cooking. This is the package of pork tips. I will be cutting these up into cubes using my kitchen shears, and then I will be adding a can of cream of mushroom soup. I cut all of those pork tips up into more bite-sized cubes. Here's Campbell's cream of mushroom soup, but you could use any kind of store brand. Mushroom soup is pretty much all the same. I mixed in the undiluted cream of mushroom soup, and I'll be adding not one but 2 packets of pork gravy. Now the recipe does say to use 1, but I don't know. I feel like using 2, so that's what I'm going to be adding next. 2 packets of pork gravy. 2 packets of pork gravy were mixed in with the pork tips and the cream of mushroom soup. Next, I'll be adding a cup of chicken broth. I'm going to be using a teaspoon of chicken bouillon with a cup of hot water, and that's going to make a cup of broth. Chicken broth is added. I'm just stirring that in carefully, and again, mixing everything up, trying to get some of the mix off the sides of the slow cooker. And incidentally, I'm using the smaller crock pot. I'm not using my larger one, as I don't think this requires a bigger slow cooker. So yeah, that's why I'm switched over and using smaller one. Now, next, supposed to add a whole yellow onion, chopped. But I'm going to decrease that to 1/2 of a chopped onion. And I'll be adding that next. All right, you can also add a bell pepper, seeded and chopped. But unfortunately, I do not have any bell peppers. So I'm going to forego that. And I'm just going to plug this in. Set it on low. And of course cover it. And it's going to simmer. Directions say 6 to 8 hours. I'll check on it halfway, about 3. It's lunchtime right now. So I think around 3 o'clock I will check on it and see how it's coming along. But I think 6 hours, maybe even possibly less, 5 hours. And it should be good to go. So this part of the meal is basically done as far as prep. This is the organically grown dried porcini mushrooms, and I just took a handful. I cut them up real small, well, small enough, and I threw them into the pork cream and mushroom mixture. We love mushrooms, so this isn't actually part of the recipe, but since I have these, I felt, why not just give it, extra flavor. But this is a step I added, not actually part, of the recipe. You don't have to add mushrooms if you're not a big fan of mushrooms. So, while the pork tips are going to be slow cooking in the crock pot, now I'm going to be preparing Susan Lamoureux's for bean salad. Now, like I said, I had to make a few little tweaks of my own. Well, actually 2 tweaks. I don't have lima beans, so I will be using pinto beans. Oh no, I do have lima beans, I don't have wax beans. So I'll be using pinto beans. And I will be using dark red kidney beans. I have light and dark, but I just opted for the dark kidney beans. So give Susan a big thumbs up for her 4-bean salad. Let's get into Susan's recipe. Oh, once again, I'm using pinto beans as a substitute for wax beans. I don't have any wax beans, but I do have green beans. I'm using some dark red kidney beans and lima beans. I'm thinking if you are, say, short of a particular kind of bean, that you could probably also use northern beans as well. I think they would be good in a bean salad too. I'm just thinking that off the top of my head. Let me know in the comments section, guys, when you make a bean salad, what type of beans do you use? Anywho, so first step, I'm going to be draining and rinsing off each of these 4 beans, and they're each going to be in a separate bowl. This next step in the 4-bean salad, or even if you're making a 3-bean salad, if you're making a 5-bean salad, this is a critical step, and I think this is where a lot of people miss it. For many years, I didn't eat 3-bean, 4-bean salad, not because I don't like beans. I love beans, actually. It was because people would use store-bought dressings with it, and it just never tasted right. Now, I remember one of my friend's moms several years ago made a 4-bean salad, very similar to Susan's recipe, and she used the sugar. Bingo, that's it. This type of dressing, if you will, does need vinegar and sugar. And I think in the past, when I've eaten other people's salad like that, a store-bought dressing doesn't cut it. You need the vinegar and you need the sugar. So let me show you how Susan makes it. Let me know in the comments section, guys, if you make it similar. I myself in the past did use vinegar and sugar as well. It's the same thing with sun tea. Some people just add the sugar in, stir it up on the bottom, and then wonder why over the course of a day or two the sugar settles on the bottom. You actually need to do that extra step on the stovetop, the sugar and the water, and then pour it into the tea bag mixture, and your sun tea just tastes that much better because of that extra step. But getting off target, yeah, I like to blab. Alright, so we're going to do the sugar, water, and vinegar. Yeah, please do not mind I turn the air conditioner on, just because of the strong smell of vinegar. I didn't know if Oreo would find that offensive. And little guy is over there on a recliner. So, yeah, that's why I have my air conditioner on in the background. Anywho, there is a cup of water, a cup of white vinegar, and 2 cups of white sugar. And I'm going to be letting this just dissolve in the water. Now I'm using my hot plate because I ran out of propane for my stove about 2 weeks ago, and I can't get any till probably Friday, this coming Friday. So brings me to a really good question. How do you know when you're running out of propane? Because I've never actually used propane, on an almost daily basis, as I was. And I really didn't have any sort of indication that I was running low. So if anybody could tell me, I was using the small tank, same size that you would use for a gas grill. Should I go with a bigger tank? Yeah, I'm really not sure how to go about this, so any advice, guys, I would really appreciate it. Alright, so I'm just using my my hot plate for the moment, and all I'm doing is dissolving the sugar in hot water and vinegar, white vinegar mixture, and when that starts boiling, I'm going to take it right off and set on the other side. Alright, so I transferred my cup of chopped celery. I used a half a cup of thin sliced onion, of course the 4 beans I have in here, and then I poured over the top and stirred well the 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of vinegar, and 1 cup of water mixture that I boiled and let it cool down a little bit. Now I'm going to look for the lid for this container and put it in the refrigerator and refrigerate it. Now, Susan's recipe does say to refrigerate overnight. I'm probably going to be tasting this around 6, maybe 6:30 p.m. Of course, whatever is left of it after dinner will be refrigerated for tomorrow, because I definitely want to give this a taste. This is similar to a bean salad recipe that I had. The only thing I didn't add, of course, was a half of a green pepper. I believe it was a half cup of green pepper. I am completely out of peppers, all colors. So, yeah, lid's going on, and this is going to get refrigerated. And before I forget, it's been an hour. This is the, fogging up the lens. This is the pork tip, and I'm going to be stirring that around in a moment. Checking back on that at 3 o'clock. Hey, just wanted to say, if you're liking this video so far, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Back to the video. I'm working on the Betty Crocker No Big Bites cookie dough. So what you see there is the No Bake cookie dough mix. A stick of softened butter, not melted, Now, the box directions say 1 tablespoon of water. Guys, I'm sorry, I spent almost 5 minutes flattening and flattening and flattening the soft butter in here and really working it through, and it was not turning into any type of dough. So I added a 2nd tablespoon of water, which did the trick. And that's the mixture you see right there. Next, we shape them into 1-inch balls. I made, I think it was cookies and cream ones down in Jim Thorpe ones, or cream cheese, I think. Something, it was, they were white ones. So they were really good. When I was down in Jim Thorpe, I did make them. So I am really expecting these to be yummy, yummy, yummy. All right, so let me shape some of these into balls, and then we'll microwave the chocolate pieces to drizzle some chocolate on top. And these are the cookie dough chocolate brownie bites. A few of them were a little bit sticky, and some weren't. Some rolled perfectly fine. So now I'm going to microwave the chocolate chips on high for 45 seconds, it says. We'll see if they melt in 45 seconds. Now I'm just going to take a spoon and drizzle some chocolate over each of these. And these are going to go in the fridge to chill, to set. Meanwhile, my water is starting to boil, and I'm going to be cooking the organic pasta. And this is what I'm going to put the pork tips with mushroom gravy over. So it is time to eat. So I am going to start with Susan Lamoureux's 4-bean salad. I haven't had a good bean salad in quite some time. Yep. Susan knows. Susan got it. You have to use the vinegar and the sugar. You have to. If you make bean salad with any type of store-bought salad dressing, nope. Susan knows. Susan, your 4-bean salad, I give it a big thumbs up. So guys, please give Susan a shout out. Or her 4-bean salad is so good. The recipe will be in a title card before the video starts. And the recipe for the pork tips will also be in a title card. I'm also giving credit to where I got this recipe for the pork tips from. Southern Bites. I'm going to actually post on her Instagram that I made this recipe and send her a picture of the pork tips. But I'm also tagging her in this video as well. But yeah. It was her site where I found the actual recipe. So, yeah. Definitely check out Southern Bites. She has some really good recipes on there. And, yeah, I think I'm going to check it out again next time I don't quite know how to make a certain cut of meat that maybe I'm just not familiar with and I never actually made in the past. But anywho, let me get one more mouthful of this bean salad in before I try some of the pork tips. So that is the pork tips. And again, they were from a food pantry haul, but not mine. They were in the freezer over there. And I had dug them out actually from the bottom of the freezer. And I had thought, these sound good. Wasn't exactly sure how to make them, so I was online yesterday looking up recipes. I originally thought they had cartilage in them, and I could make them like ribs, but turns out they didn't have the cartilage, which is a good thing. And was so easy to just cut it into the actual cubes. But this is definitely an amazing recipe, super easy. Your slow cooker, crock pot, does all the work, and it's really, really tasty. Oh my goodness, yes. And that little loudmouth dog is Peanut. She barks louder than the big dogs do sometimes. My God. And this is the organic pasta that I gotten in my first food pantry haul, so I used that. And I also used some of the dried porcini mushrooms in with this as well. I figured I had them, why not? Perfect with cream and mushroom soup. Yeah. I definitely would say that fresh mushrooms would work with this as well. If you love mushrooms like Brownie and I do, yeah, I would probably add fresh mushrooms when I make this again. And maybe do it over different pasta, perhaps. Maybe like angel hair pasta would be good, I think. This is really, really good. You know, I didn't add any salt and pepper to this, and to me it's perfect. It doesn't need any extra salt or pepper. To me it tastes absolutely perfect, and this pork will melt in your mouth. Brownie bite. Oh my goodness, they're rich. They are very, very rich. I don't think I'd be able to eat two. They are really, really rich. Yeah, he's eyeballing that piece I put down. I know what he was going for. No, nope, 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 nope. No, you can't have it. I'm sorry, sir, but no, 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 no. Nope, chocolate isn't for kitties. No. Oh, he'll try though. Either loving up on me or trying to swipe it. He'll try. No, no. He doesn't claw me, but he does like to put his paw on my face. I try to discourage that. Only because one of his nails could be out, and that one just, I could feel it on my lip. No. No, no. No, sir. Well, in all honesty, this was an amazing meal. Really was. So, once again, big shout out to Southern Bites for that amazing pork tip recipe. A shout out to Susan Lamoureux for her amazing bean salad recipe. Definitely, guys, give it a try. You won't be disappointed. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you really like it, please give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget also to hit that little bell. That should tell you every time I upload a new video. So take care and have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all soon on my next one. Bye.